Hey there guys, gals, and non-binary pals, GM Potter here. Welcome to my channel where I talk about books and bookish things. I upload on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Central Time. I'm an independent author, an avid reader, and a cat mom of 4. They're sleeping right now, thankfully, so they shouldn't be up on camera and knocking over my setup too badly. And today I want to talk about the books that I plan to read for April. I have a few arcs, and then I have a massively popular series. So in March, I finished reading the first Dungeon Crawler Carl book. Absolutely phenomenal. 10 of 10. Cannot recommend this book enough if you like kind of sci-fi fantasy melding of worlds. It's absolutely brilliant. So for April, I plan to read the next 4 books, which are Carl's Doomsday Scenario, the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook, The Gate of the Feral Gods, and The Butcher's Masquerade for Dungeon Crawler Carl. Those are books 2 through 5. And then I have more to read in May, because there's the new one I believe comes out in May. And I stole this one from my partner. I'm stealing all of these from my partner, but they are very good. And then I have 3 arcs that I'm reading this month. While You Were Seething by Charlotte Stein, who wrote My Big Fat Fake Marriage. That one comes out on the 14th of April. I'm reading The Library After Dark by Andy Pliego. I think I'm saying that right. I'm not sure. Please correct me if I've gotten it wrong. That one comes out on May 5th. The Cove by Claire Ross. That one comes out on the 5th, and that one comes out on the 5th as well. Arcs I get 2 ways. I either request them because I'm interested in the book or the author or the subject, and I've actually reviewed so many arcs that they are now being recommended to me and sent to me. And that's how I got copies of The Library After Dark and The Cove. Those 2 were like, hey, from the publisher, or I believe both of those I got from the publisher, not from the author, that, hey, you've reviewed similar books, you might like these, please read them and review them if you like. And then While You Were Seething, I had requested and was approved to get that one. So those are my big reading goals for April. Of course, I'll probably have audiobooks going on in that as well. I'm batch filming today, so I've got the books that I need to read for my little green notebook for the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do part 2. Probably look through here and find some that are for the bane of my existence, which is the Make a Quote challenge. If you saw that video on Tuesday, you know I still need does not kill us makes us and stronger. And then I've got Heritage Month, translated works, Queer Alphabet, BIPOC authors. New releases for May, I'm getting knocked out because I have 2 books that come out in May that I'm reading in April. And reviews of those are forthcoming. I try to review them on here. However, if I didn't enjoy the book or if I rate it below 3 stars, unless it was bad enough to talk about, I don't typically review them on my YouTube channel, because it's a matter of etiquette in the book review world that if you review a book and it's a negative review, like, you can review a book negatively that you got as an arc. That's all opinions are my own, all opinions of hopefully of other arc reviewers are their own, but I don't tag authors in negative reviews, especially of arcs, and most of the arcs I get are indie books. So because it's indie authors, to me that just feels like bullying, to be like, hey, your book sucked. That means you like it just feels like bullying. Reviews, of course, are for the customer. Book reviews are for the reader. But I don't want to rub salt in the wounds that the author didn't live up to my lofty expectations of what their book should be. And even then, negative reviews don't necessarily mean the book is bad. It could just be that it's not for that reader, or that it's not the right time to read it. I've read some books that I absolutely loved the first time I read them, hated them the second time, and vice versa. That sometimes the book isn't the right book for you right now, and that is okay. But I don't typically do reviews of arcs that are under 3 stars, which is why I seem to love all the arcs that I review. Is because if they're not for me, or if I think they're bad, I just don't put them on my platform. I still review them because reviews matter, and having, even if they're negative reviews, having a larger number of reviews does help the author. Of course, positive reviews help the author more, but that being said, if you have an indie author in your life and you've read their books and you love them, please review them. And if you didn't love them, review them anyway, and just don't tell the author that that was you. Additionally, if you review a book, please don't just put the stars. Like, give reasons. Because a lot of authors, myself included, will read the reviews and it's like, okay, I can either move on from it or I can grow from it. And the ones that are just stars, even if it's a positive review, I can't grow from that. I can't learn from that. So it also doesn't help fellow readers. Like, okay, this was 1 star. Why? What was it? Bad writing? Was it grammatically incorrect all over the page? Was it sloppy? Was it AI? Like, why is this 1 star? Like, is it just that you didn't like it or you didn't get it? So all of those factors go into reviews, and there are very few books that I get as an ARC that I don't review. If I can tell that the book isn't for me, I may not review it because I'm not the intended audience. Typically that happens with books that I'm sent rather than books that I request. But it has happened, I think, once with a book that I requested that it just wasn't for me. Like, I could tell that the writing was good writing, that the syntax and the word choice and the world building were great. I just didn't care because it wasn't for me, and that's okay. Not every book is for every reader, not every lid is for every pot. All this to say, I've got 3 arcs that I'm reviewing that I'm currently reading, and so far I am liking them enough that I'm planning to put them on my platform for April for While You Were Seething. I'm almost done with that one, but I'm going to finish in April, so it's part of my April TBR. And then The Cove and The Library After Dark, I'm enjoying both of those, and those ones will come out, I believe, Library After Dark, that video I'm putting out at the end of April, and then The Cove is coming out on the 5th of May. So, yes, I am the sort of person who reads multiple books at a time. Right now I have an audiobook, an ebook, which is, well, actually 3 ebooks because I'm reading 3 arcs all in ebook form, and then a physical book that I'm going through, because what if I have a doctor's appointment I'm coming back from and traffic is awful? I can just put on an audiobook and drive and, like, not have to be anxious about driving. I can just listen to my audiobook and pay attention to the road. It's great. Or if I'm doing laundry, audiobooks are great for laundry, because laundry is the one chore I despise doing. So audiobooks definitely help get it done. And then ebooks, because while I do carry a book with me most of the time, sometimes, especially if I've got shoulder pain or if I'm having a low spoons day, I will just have my phone with me rather than a full physical book, and then I've got my Kindle app and my Libby app on my phone, so I can read from there, and also playbooks, because some of the arcs come through playbooks, some of them come through Kindle, some of them are just PDFs. So yes, I am a filthy Android user. It's okay, I'm cheap. I spend all my money on books and dolls, so I don't have a lot of money left over for phones. That is my April TBR. I'd love to know what you're reading this month. How did you do with your reading goals last month? In March, I was in a bit of a slump. I think I only read, it was 8 books. I think I only read 8 books in March, like finished 8 books. I think that's where I ended up. As I'm filming this, there's still one more day in March, so I could theoretically finish one of the books I have. But I think I'm going to end around 8, where most of the time I end up with more than 10 in a month because I read a lot, because I go to a lot of doctor's appointments. So I would love to hear where you are in your reading journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.